What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the Sleepers video for the 2023 Mexico Open at Vedanta Vallarta. DB here. I got two names that I think are going to be sub 5%, probably, may kick up to 6%. Not catching a lot of steam early on in the week at all. And they really never have. There's not a lot of people who have jumped on these guys yet, but they're two rookies on the front coming off the Corn Ferry Tour last season, now on the PGA Tour with some promising finishes and definitely the skill set that it's going to take on Vedanta Vallarta. And I'm doing it a little different this week because normally I give you guys in like the 6K range, just low sevens, really help you save some cash. But here's the deal. There's going to be a dead zone. I looked at a couple of early websites already on this Tuesday morning and saw these guys. It's like 10 a.m. Eastern on a Tuesday. I saw these guys. I saw a couple of websites. It looks like the 8K range, with the exception of a couple of players, is going to be completely ignored, which is what I kind of predicted on the podcast last night with Rahm and with Finau getting so much of the lineup construction. It really forces you to kind of get into the 7K. There's not a whole lot of super chalky names at all from 8 to 7K, really anywhere, just because it's just kind of spread out. The field seems relatively equal, I guess, in terms of talent. There's not a whole lot of separators except for those two guys at the top. Really and truly, I think the 8K is an interesting spot. You can still put John Rahm in a lineup and go, even go to, throw in maybe another low 9K guy in and still get one of these 8K guys. So I think that can be done. Or you can go super balanced and plug these guys in. But they're both pretty cheap in the 8K range. And I'm going to start off, I'm going to save my favorite for last. But I'm going to start off at 8K flat, $8,000 on DraftKings. And he's 90 to 1 on FanDuel to win. I don't know that I'd bet that, but he's plus 290 on FanDuel to finish in the top 20. That's the best number for him. It's the South African. It's MJ Duffy. Pretty sure it's pronounced Duffy. I'm pretty sure. Not Defu or Defu, whatever. MJ Duffy, big hitting, bombing South African. Here's what he does well. He hits it really far. Okay, he did that on the Corn Ferry Tour. He was second on the Corn Ferry Tour in driving distance. That's not easy to do. They hit it a long way out there. He was a great putter on the Corn Ferry Tour. I'm trying to give you the Corn Ferry Tour stuff. I mean, I know we've seen enough of him on the PGA Tour at this point, but I do think, zooming out and looking big picture, what kind of player is this? What does he do well? I think that helps. I said he was second in driving distance. On the Corn Ferry Tour, he was also around 46th in green and reg percentage, which is okay. That's top third of the Corn Ferry Tour. 15th in putting average, 28th in around the green play, really good around the greens and on the greens, and third in birdie or better percentage. He's totally a scorer. Let's open up the Fantasy National screen and take a look at MJ Duffy. The other thing that I think, the concern for both of these guys is this. At Vedanta Vallarta, you're going to have to hit a lot of long irons, mid to long irons. Obviously, having a faster swing speed is going to help with that, which definitely is going to be the case for MJ Duffy. So of his 47, that includes a lot of Corn Ferry Tour events, strokes gained or proximity metrics, at least he checks out nicely here. Last 47, last 20, last 10 tournaments. You got a lot of green here, which we love to see. Now, if we look recently here, despite a 15th finish of Valero, pretty bad here. A lot of times, if you notice on proximity, you can see some wild numbers. Like, look at this minus 23.3. A lot of times, those are not outliers. Look at this minus 30. Like, that might be an outlier. I don't know. But there can be some really wild swings because there may be only a handful of shots that this player takes from that proximity. And if they blow it, it gets really bad. So don't sweat it too much. But you can see it's the green is a little more heavily weighted on this side, the mid to long iron side, than it is the wedges. Okay, and you're going to have a lot of those mid to long irons. Let's go back and look at his strokes gain data and some of his recent finishes. Now, he did not play the Mexico Open last year. You can see the driving distance here is huge, averaging 317. He's one of the longest hitters on tour. That's fantastic. And I like the green and reg number. 68.5 is not bad for a green and reg number. Not at all. So, here's what he's done. Here's his damage. You can see a lot of the damage done off the tee. And I think here at Vedanta Vallarta, he'll be able to do even more damage off the tee and really let it fly. but a 15th at Valero, 19th at Valspar, 21st at Honda. Those are some of his best finishes. Those are his best finishes on the PGA Tour so far this year. And it looks like the putters kind of started to heat back up. He probably putted pretty well in the past Palom at Corrales, but we can't see that here. But it looks like the putter's starting to kind of come back around, because historically he was a good putter on the Korn Ferry Tour. You would think that would have translated, but so far on the PGA Tour, not quite. So MJ Duffy, 8K. What do you think? That's what I want to know. What do you think? Drop it in the comments. Tell me if we're ready to do this. I just think here's what's going to happen. It looks like on the 8K range, Robbie Shelton, Stefan Jaeger, and Brandon Wu are eating up any of the ownership in the 8K. Shelton's around projected. I've seen him as early as like 10 to 13% so far. Jaeger around that 11 to 14, and Wu around that 9 to 12. So those are the three more popular players in the 8K range, meaning obviously there's some leverage opportunities there. And I do think you have some upside with MJ, but I really like the upside of this next player. Before I get to it, I got to tell you guys, my friends at Front Nine Coffee, look at this. Look at this lovely rebrand. Look, that's the large bucket of nuts, DB's hazelnut blend. It's a beautiful coffee. You can get it in the ground or the whole bean bag. You can order it. Go to front9coffee.com, put in promo code TJ10. That gets you 10% off your entire order. Help support it. This is a local small business that just started here in Augusta, Georgia. Local roasters doing their thing, shipping out to the U.S. They love cough. They love cough. They love cough and coffee. Good God. They love golf and coffee. They love golf and coffee. Okay. They're great people. Support the small business. I got my bucket of nuts blend that I personally helped do the flavor notes for. Pat has his as well. It's an espresso Milano bump and run flavor. You can order that on Front Nine Coffee. Tell us what you think. We'd love to see you do that. They also now have K-Cups. So if you do the Keurig thing, they got the K-Cups for sale. But check it out. Front9coffee.com. Promo code TJ10 gets you where you need to go. All right. The next player I'm going to give you is another absolute bomber. Okay. And also a really good putter, also really good short game. Very similar profile to MJ Duffy. I'd say he's probably had a slightly better PGA Tour season, rookie season campaign so far. But I do like the upside. And he is at 8,200. I'm talking SH Kim, 8,200 on DraftKings, 75 to 1 on FanDuel. But that's the sharper overseas books have him at 60 to 1. Okay, a little value there. And he's plus 10 to top 20. I got some more really interesting intel to give you on SH Kim here in just a second at the end. But let's open up the screen and let's share the screen here on SH and see what we're working with. Going back to those proximity buckets, you can see here, I mean, really solid in this 175 to 200 range. Really not solid here, which is a little concerning for SH Kim. Yes. But overall, just probably a better iron player, I would say, than MJ to this point. But, this is really sweet. If we can get him in a lot of these shots, this could be good. I am a little concerned here on the long-term proximity, but listen, he's going to have warts, okay? Let's look at the strokes gain data and the recent performance. Had a good solid showing at the Zurich. He finished T13 with Byung-Hun An as his partner. T15 at Valero. Just making a lot of cuts. We're seeing more made cuts here than we really saw with MJ. I mean, his first 4 events on the PGA Tour, he makes a cut with a 4th place finish at the Shriners, a 13th at the Sanderson, 12th at the Sony, 20th at Farmers at Torrey Pines. I like that as a possible comp course. Top 40 here at API, top 40 here at Genesis, both elevated events, strong fields. I just think SH has a little bit more upside. You can see the distance is definitely there. And on the Korn Ferry Tour, I mean, he mauled it on the Korn Ferry Tour. He had 5 top 10s, and he was 9th in birdie or better scoring. That's the thing I really like about him. If we can get him through the weekend on an easy course where birdies are there to be had, I like SH he's aggressive, he hits it a long way, and he's a really solid putter. I mean, that's the other thing that he does better than MJ is look at the putting here. Like you can trust that putter a little bit. We just don't need him to have one of these really spike horrible iron weeks. That's what we don't need. All right, I told you that I had one last thing to share with you on SH Kim before we get out of here, and it's interesting. There are 2 head-to-head matchups that you can find on some of these public books on SH Kim already out. One is on FanDuel, one is on DraftKings. On FanDuel, they actually have SH Kim as a minus 122 favorite over the far more popular early on, including to me and Pat. We loved him. Robbie Shelton is a minus 104 dog to SH Kim at -122 on FanDuel. Now, we'll see if that line moves at all, if maybe they take any action on that. I don't know that they probably will, because not that many people watch this video, and I don't know how many people are going to be firing on the Robbie Shelton side of that number. I don't know. But interesting to see that the player who's twice as popular, maybe up to 3 times as popular as SH Kim early on in the week, is a pretty sizable dog to SH. The other matchup that's even more intriguing is on DraftKings, where SH finds himself a -120 favorite over the ever beloved Will Gordon at +100 on DraftKings. Now, I could see that one getting bet on the Gordon side. That just seems interesting. Everybody's in love with Will Gordon, the distance, all that good stuff. But I mean, and obviously SH is more expensive than Gordon on DraftKings, as well as Shelton. But I think the case could be made for SH Kim. I really like him in terms of upside. Give it a click. Might help you take down a GPP. Definitely going to have some ownership leverage on him. Let's have a great week, and may your screens be green. Don't forget to check out front9coffee.com, promo code TJ10 for 10% off your entire order. See ya.